Today my speech is an informative speech on the excessive police force. Unnecessary force by police has been well known in the media for the past couple of years now. It does not seem to be letting up anytime soon. Some past incidents with excessive police force by the police had people focused on racial issues. However, at times it actually has nothing to do with race at all. It seems to be an issue with police having too much power and control that they feel they can do anything. The following four situations will showcase excessive force by police that has not needed for these certain situations. In August of 2015 in Phoenix, there was an incident that occurred leading the officer to be fired for excessive force. The officer was Kevin McGowan, who kicked 18-year-old Patrick DeLabick in the face, knocking his teeth out. In the beginning, Patrick admitted he had ran from Officer McGowan because he had marijuana in his pocket. However, when the officer caught up with Patrick, the teen raised his hands to surrender. While Officer McGowan was restraining him, the young man, he claimed that the teen was not listening to him, so he was forced to use excessive measures, the kick-strike move, which led to the teen's teeth being knocked out. The whole incident at this point was captured and recorded on the convenience store's camera. Since the incident, Officer Kevin McGowan has since been put back on patrol. In September of 2015, there were two instances of excessive force I felt needed to be shown to light. In New York, there is an NYPD officer with a history of excessive force. This officer charged at a man named James Blake, picked him up and slammed him to the ground. At this point, other police officers helped handcuff Mr. Blake. James showed his ID and cooperated immediately, but was still detained for 10 to 15 minutes before the police realized they had mistaken him for a suspect. In a discussion, Mr. Blake said he did not want to discuss his incident at first, but he felt he had to bring to light excessive police force. In Delaware, there was an incident where police were responding to a call of Jeremy McDowell shooting himself. The confrontation was caught on video as evidenced by a bystander. In the video, it shows McDowell adjusting himself in his wheelchair with no weapon in his hands. Somehow, the police end up fatally shooting the wheelchair-bound man, killing him. His death is under current investigation. Finally, the most recent story of excessive force by police was for the past month in October. In a South Carolina school, a resource officer was captured on video standing over a female student. He proceeds to put his arm around her neck and yank her backwards, sending her and her desk crashing to the floor. He continues to sharply tug the student to the front of the classroom, where she flies from her desk and across the floor. This incident went viral around the state immediately. It sent people in an uproar. The officer in question has since been fired. These incidences that I have mentioned just shows how sometimes police use too much unnecessary force. The people involved in these situations will always have a memory of unnecessary force. Police need to start realizing not every situation they are involved in causes you to act to your extreme. The excessive force by police must stop. To do so, it needs to be brought to light with the stories like the ones mentioned today.